Alien Vendetta is widely considered to be the greatest Doom megawad of all time. It was listed as the #1 best WAD of 2003, and Alien Vendetta Map 20 came first in Doom WAD's top 100 memorable maps. This megawad is worshipped, and despite its high praise, I haven't fully experienced it until now. Of course, I've downloaded it in the past and played a couple of levels, but Alien Vendetta is a WAD that I've never actually beaten or gotten far in. On top of the critical acclaim, that is the other reason why I'm excited to play through Alien Vendetta. While this megawad started out as a solo project by Anders Johnson, it quickly turned into one of the first huge community WADs. In this video, we will tackle maps 1 to 10 and I'll give you my first impressions. This is the same structure that I'm using for my Doom 0 series, and I think breaking down megawads like this helps keep the pace of each video up. That being said, Alien Vendetta is regarded as one of the most influential megawads ever made, and for me, it was a little daunting to play at first. I mean, this megawad has been analysed over 20 years or so, and all I can realistically give are my thoughts. With that aside, Alien Vendetta opens up with a brilliant map 1. It gets straight to the point, it looks nice, and provides a decent challenge early on. If you've played Doom before, you won't find anything that difficult about this map, but it does lay the foundation of what's to come. The sunset skybox, coupled with the brown bricks and scaffold, looks great, and Alien Vendetta continues with this aesthetic later down the road. Map 2 is set in a tech base, and it ramps up the challenge factor right away. This level is supposed to make you feel uncomfortable. When you grab the super shotgun, the game teleports a revenant behind you, and when you grab the secret soul sphere, there are roughly 20 fucking chain gunners ready to chip that health away from you. The player has to learn really quickly that secret areas are not safe zones, and most of the time, they will contain traps along with their power-ups. This is brutal, but it's a nice change of pace from the official iWADs. The archvile situated on top of this platform might be a little startling for first time players, but they give you plenty of space to back off and avoid his fire attack. Map 2 is very short, like the previous level, but I'm a huge fan of these Plutonia-esque action-packed challenge maps. So far, Alien Vendetta is 2 for 2, and the following level is also pretty damn good. Map 3 is nothing special, but it gets the job done, and has some excellent looking locations. The water-filled cave system that houses the yellow key looks nice, and the way that you end the level by walking through the train tracks is fantastic. Besides that, the area with the blue key and the 4 revenants situated up on platforms is fun, but that's about it for noteworthy combat encounters. Map 3 is not bad, but you don't really remember much after you play it. Map 4 ramps up the monster count to almost 300, and it reminds me a lot of the second half of Knee Deep in the Dead. This level is crawling with hit scanners, there are plenty of monster closets, and this outside area is ripped straight out of Phobos Lab. The first downright brutal section is here, with all of the teleporting demons. This is just fucking madness, and it immediately caught me off guard. The level is pretty easy besides that monster barrage, and I really enjoy map 4. Oh, and just for good measure, there is an archvile located right at the level exit switch, and my mind immediately thought of Doom 0. Map 5 is oppressive, with its blood red ocean and dangerous encounters. There's an archvile right where the blue key is located, there are groups of Hell Knights and Revenants that will ruin your day, and this is one map that I'm not too keen on. I appreciate its setting and difficulty spike, but there's not much that sticks with me. However, the red portal that you go through to end the level looks awesome and gives off a hypnotic feeling. If you thought that the last map was punishing, then map 6 will completely blindside you, and I was completely thrown off by this level at first. It seems like every single monster has a leg up on the player, and that begins with the Mancubi on this high ledge. If I try and get out of a Mancubi's line of fire, then I get ambushed by Cacodemons, and once I get past them, there are partially visible Revenants shooting at me. It never feels like you can catch a moment to breathe, and this is map 6's most interesting quality. There's a couple of archviles that show up, and you are extremely motivated right away to get rid of them because you don't want them spoiling all that hard hard work getting to this point by respawning the monsters. Map 6 feels like a long fight for survival, even though you can finish the level in like 10 minutes, and I think it's fantastic. If you haven't clocked on already, Map 7 is a spin-off of Dead Simple. The level only gets easier once you clear out the group of Mancubi, and I don't have too much to say. Map 7 looks cool at least, and I like the outdoor castle aesthetic. Map 8 is much more involved, and what struck me right away was the abandoned feeling of the level. There are destroyed homes from what it looks like, and corpses strung up on the ceilings. This is a great beginning area, and once you go inside the cave, there are even more amazing details. I love the green slime and spider webs in the cave section, and finding your way up the mountain terrain is enjoyable. However, I think Map 8 takes a nosedive when you reach the castle. I don't find the Cyber Demon fight or the chain gunners chipping away at your health when you're going up the elevator that engaging, and this spoils a very competent level. If Map 8 focused on the first half, with cliff sides and caves to navigate instead of the similar castle design that we've seen before, then this level would have been so much better to me. Map 9 gets back on track and provides a short but decent challenge for players. Alien Vendetta continues the tradition of turning areas where you get power-ups into combat spaces, because right after you get the rocket launcher, a group of Mancubi spawn in. The Blue Key Library section gets quite frantic after you grab the key, when about 1,000,000 chain gunners try and ruin your day. Map 9 is simple and doesn't really waste your time. It's a solid map with a few entertaining set pieces. As we conclude this video with Map 10, I am aware that Toxic Touch is regarded as one of the best levels in Doom history. This map has atmosphere oozing out of its fucking pores, and the music that plays is calming but also eerie. I love how Map 10 looks fantastic, even though it only utilizes vanilla Doom textures, and the whole level has toxic waste surrounding it. The combat encounters are good, but in my opinion, they're a little forgettable. That being said, Toxic Touch is an experience for sure, and while it doesn't rank highly for me in terms of gameplay, I do appreciate the atmosphere on offer and the mood it tries to put you in. I don't look at Map 10 and think of any specific moments or set pieces, but I think of it as a whole experience that should be played. Give Map 10 a try and let me know your own thoughts about the level, since it is one of the most celebrated maps of all time in the Doom community. This has been Alien Vendetta Maps 1 to 10, and before anyone says anything, this is more of a first impression, and later on I will give my overall thoughts on the later levels. From what I've played so far, Alien Vendetta is a tightly crafted megawad and laid the foundation for all of the level sets that came after. The presentation of Alien Vendetta is probably my favourite aspect of it, and many of the combat encounters will stick out in my mind for a long time. Of course, it's too early to say whether I think it's the best megawad that I've played, and I also need to play other megawads to make a full judgment on that. However, I will say that I cannot wait to play Alien Vendetta Maps 11 to 20 next time, since I thought that the previous levels were absolutely brilliant for the most part. Thank you for watching.